helped us win, even though we didn't shoot a great 3-point percentage, but we were able to just keep going on the defensive end and turn defense into offense.
Great, thanks. If you could raise your hand if you've got a question. Mike, go ahead.
Hey, Stephanie, congrats on the win. I was wondering if you can just add on a little more to that with the defense. Obviously, those 24 turnovers, and as Dan just let us know, a season high in steals for you guys. What was, I guess, the factor in how effective your defense was?
I think we were just so locked into our game plan. We knew a lot of their actions and what they were going to do, so we were talking about it all game and just being, locked into what each player does and just getting a win tonight on the road. So,
RL.
Hey, Stephanie, congratulations on the win. Have you all talked about the NCAA situation? ESPN had you guys as the last 4 in and Clemson as the first 4 out. So obviously this and the next 3 games are pivotal as to whether you're going to make the tournament.
That's definitely a big talk of ours, a big conversation of ours. Where our big thing is we're going to the tournament, so whatever we have to do to make that happen. We knew we needed a win tonight to make that happen. So everyone, I think, was just extra locked in.
Do you think this is the best basketball your team has played this season, the last couple of games?
Definitely. So I think we're just gelling more and more each game. We have a lot of young guys, so of course they haven't played college basketball before up until this season. We don't consider them young anymore, but I think they're coming into their own also. So just us playing more better together as a team, and our young guys coming into how they really play.
Lawrence, go ahead.
Hey, Steph, good game. You guys had that tough loss to Florida State, and then you guys have rolled off 3 straight wins, including the one against NC State, and then tonight. What has gone right for you guys in the last 3 games that you might not have had in the first part of the season?
I think a big thing for us is just toughness. We have to be tougher on the defensive end, on the offensive end, finishing chippies, not letting the other team, just bully us down low, getting a whole bunch of O boards, things like that. So I think the big thing we were lacking was toughness, and then that sense of urgency that I think we're locked in, really realizing and understanding what it takes to win in the ACC.
And then piggybacking off of that sense of urgency, when you guys are up big, did you feel like you guys had that sense of urgency kind of down the stretch to close the game out, especially letting them kind of come back and cut it to 11 or whatever at the end of the game?
No, we definitely could have kept a better sense of urgency throughout the entire game, because we obviously know that's beat the teams that we're trying to beat. So we have to keep that and stay locked in. I was happy we started that way, but we have to finish that way also.
Cool, thank you.
Umasi.
Hey, Steph, fantastic game out there. Many will say that you've become a completely different player over this past month. How accurate do you?
I don't know. It's a little bit on my end. I'm sorry, it froze up a little bit on my end when how accurate. I think after you said how accurate, I think something about becoming a completely different player. Could you repeat that?
I think he's frozen.
A different player over this.
I think it's frozen on my end, so I don't know if you're talking, but I think I kind of get the gist of what you're saying. But I think me coming off, my second knee surgery, just getting back into the groove of things, getting back into playing full live games. I think I'm just coming back into the player that I can be. So,
Rodney.
Hey, good game tonight, Steph. You just mentioned your younger guys on the team. It's noted that Deja Kelly had 19 points tonight, second on the team. What can you say about her growth this season and her development from playing high school basketball to the college level?
Obviously, we know she was a great high school player, and, she plays like that every day. We know what kind of player she is. And I think coming out of high school into college, things are different. Things are faster. People are, bigger, and it's just adjusting to the game. We know what kind of player she is, and now you guys are getting to see that too. So that's what we expect from her.
Thank you.
Great. That's a really good segue. Oh, RL, do you have one more question for?
Yeah. Piggybacking on what Rodney was asking about. Obviously, Deja had some struggles here in the last few games. Had you talked to her about that? Obviously, you overcame a little bit of a lull and played really well. Can you speak to Deja coming out today with such a good game after some struggles?
Yeah, I mean, I think, our biggest thing is just keeping her confidence. Everyone struggles, and especially a freshman that's new to the league, everyone's going to have their ups and downs. Seniors have their ups and downs. I had my ups and downs. And I think our biggest thing is just telling her, like, look, you're a big piece of this team and we need you to win. And I think she knows that. So just reminding her that we need her to win, and the shots, okay, you're not making those, but we know those are great shots for you. So just keeping her confident, because we know what kind of player she is. It's just keeping confidence.
Thanks.
All right. On that note, let's segue to, do we have Deja there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good transition. Hi, Deja. Thank you very much. How about a few quick thoughts from you on the game tonight, and then we'll take questions.
I think, like Steph said, we came out with great energy from jump, and I think that's what kind of got us just going early. We hit some big shots early. Us on the defensive end was really well. I think we guarded their sets pretty well, which kind of had them combobulated a little bit. And that just fed us, and we got some transition buckets, and that just kept building our energy throughout the whole game.
Great. Thank you. RL, did you have a question?
Yeah, congratulations on the big game, Deja. It was just hitting a couple of shots early. Did that really help your confidence? Obviously, the last few games, your shot hasn't been falling, but it seemed like once you made a couple of shots, you really played with a lot of confidence tonight. She's looking up.
Contribute to my team early in this, especially in this game, since it's a big one that we needed. Just being able to see the ball go in the hoop was definitely a confidence booster.
What do you think was the big difference in being able to pull away from Clemson and make it a rout? Was it the defensive end, or what do you think were the keys were?
I would just say us just starting off with high energy. I think in previous games, we kind of started off slow, and then we were playing catch up throughout the rest of the game. So us just coming out, throwing the first punch definitely helped us stay on top throughout the game.
Thank you.
Alyssa, do you have a question?
Yeah, just kind of confidence does this team have? It seems as of late, you guys have been really gelling, and now there's NCAA tournament talks out there. I mean, how is that affecting you guys and on the court, your play?
It's definitely motivating us every single day, every game, because we want to make it to the tournament. That's our goal. That's been our goal from day one. So every day we are pushing and fighting and playing as hard as we can in order to get that tournament bid. So yeah, that's just our motivation pretty much.
Thanks. Rodney?
Good game tonight, Deja. It's pretty clear you're going to be a force in this conference for years, both now and the future. What would you say would be the toughest transition so far from high school ball, AAU ball to college ball? And how much fun are you having on this team this year?
The biggest transition for me from high school to the collegiate level was probably just the pace of the game, the strength of everybody else. It's definitely a big difference. So just kind of getting used to that. I'm getting used to it a little later, but I'm just happy that I've been having fun throughout the whole season. My teammates are amazing, so they've been really encouraging and just trying to get me back to being able to do anything I can to help the team and do anything I can to help us get to the tournament. So
appreciate it.
Lawrence?
Hey, Deja, great game. I know Steph was talking earlier a little bit about sense of urgency, especially when it comes to closing games. How do you guys develop that sense of urgency as a team to kind of stop teams from coming back from, those 20, 15-point deficits to kind of making it a game late?
I think it's just maybe a big mental thing with us, because especially with us starting really well tonight, we just got to keep our foot on the gas throughout the whole game and keep pushing, because obviously in this league, everyone is good. So anybody can come back at any point. So I think with us, it's just mentally we need to focus on just keeping the energy that we had from jump and just keeping our foot on the gas to not let the team come back.
With the ACC tournament coming up is less than a month away, what have some of your older teammates kind of told you about the ACC tournament experience? And then kind of what advice has kind of allowed you to be able to flourish later in the season?
Kind of what the older, the seniors have told us younger people is that just that every game matters and that we just need to play our best every single game because, as far as seeding and things like that. But yeah, just giving your best every game because anybody is beatable. So going into every game with the mindset that we're going to win and that we're going to give our all and give our best and just come out with high energy. And then as far as throughout the season, they've just been telling us that, because we do play a lot of freshmen, they've just been telling us that we need to not act like freshmen. We're not allowed to act like freshmen pretty much because we all have pretty big roles on this team. So they've just been really helpful, really encouraging and helping us throughout this transition.
Cool,
Great.
thanks.
Two more really quickly, Mike and then Tumasi, and then we'll get Deja out so she can get changed and get some food. Mike?
All right, I'll make it quick. She's hungry. Deja, congrats on the win. I wanted to look forward just a little bit. You guys obviously traveled to Raleigh on Sunday. What did you take away, or what can you take away from that win over NC State last time at your place? And how do you kind of try to temper the expectations? Because they're going to try to come out, on fire to get one back from you.
Yeah, like Coach Banghart told us in the previous game, that it's just a big rivalry game. So we got to go into it with that mindset and just a mindset that it's NC State and, we don't lose to NC State. We have to beat NC State no matter what. So just going in, the whole team's going in with that mindset, just coming out with high energy like we did in the last meeting, just the same exact way and come out on top.
Tumasi, do we have you there? All right, I think we may have lost him. Thank you, Deja. Appreciate it. We'll get
Thank you.
Coach in here.
Hi, guys.
Thank you. Quick thoughts on the game, please, and then we'll take questions.
Yeah, good to get a win on the road. These guys are tuning up. I implored that they trusted me, that if we just kept getting better, good things would happen. And, this group is growing up and locking in defensively, which is leading to good offense. And just a big win on the road, 2 in a row. It's good.
Lawrence, do you have a question?
Yeah, hey, Coach, great game. You guys had that tough loss at Florida State at home, and then you guys have kind of bounced back, had that big win at NC State, now on a 3-game win streak. What has been going right for your team in the last week or so that you've seen in this 3-game win streak?
Yeah, it's like nails on a chalkboard. You keep reminding me of that Florida State game. No, I'm just kidding. Really what it was, and we kind of have to hit rock bottom, and we did. And that was the effort that we exuded in that game was unacceptable. And it forced us all to kind of look within and say, that's just not what we're all going to be a part of. It's just not. And, they've reasserted themselves on both ends and playing better basketball on both ends because of it. And I like who this team is much better.
Cool. Thank you.
RL, go ahead.
Hey, congratulations on the big win. If you all talked about the NCAA situation, obviously Charlie Cream had you guys as the last 4 in. And you got 3 games against teams with winning records coming up. Have you guys talked about that? And is this obviously a big win in that area?
We haven't. Our net is a 37, so actually our net is higher than Syracuse, for example. We have no bad loss, right? And we've got obviously 2 big wins at least. And so, the fact that we didn't get to play Virginia or Duke or BC, there's obviously some scheduling issues that the committee is going to have to pay attention to. But we can only control what we can control. And so I made sure they realized after the Florida State game that it's going to be uphill from here. We've left too many on the table to kind of keep doing that. And so we got to kind of change the mojo there. And so I think we're playing well enough to do that. But we've got obviously 3 more games to play. ACC tournament, but in terms of where our net is and the teams the big wins that we've had and no bad losses, I think we're a team that people should be talking about.
Is this the best your team has played this season, the last couple of games?
Yeah, I mean, this version of us is a it's a two-way team now. You know, it's a team that we can lean on defensively. Effort now has been consistent, and their effort's been great all year. It just hasn't been great always in games. And so that's how I knew that it was just a matter of time until they really play with the urgency. But teams that practice as hard as our guys do, good things happen. So it's a team I've really enjoyed because of that. It's nice to see them grow up and be able to do it when the lights are on.
Alyssa, go ahead.
Coach, you guys forced 24 turnovers. How pleased are you with your defense tonight?
Yeah, they were totally locked in. We simplified in terms of what that Clemson was going to run, and we're able to kind of dial into those actions quickly, and how we switched out and how we hedged and how we chased and all these different basketball terms. Basically, it meant that we were in the right position, and then we could shoot gaps as needed. So that defensive effort, you know, I told them in the locker room, if you shoot 5 for 20 or whatever it was we shot from 3, you know, we couldn't have won that game last month. And now we can. So we didn't shoot very well, but we didn't rely on our shooting in the past. If we didn't shoot well, we couldn't win. So yeah, it's good. The team's getting better.
How long are you going to let these guys celebrate before you turn your attention to the big one on Sunday?
I know. I have to say, this group is really, I guess they've taken on the personality of me a little bit. I'm always sort of next up. So I'm not even sure they're celebrating. I actually said in the postgame that, you know, some guys, because we were able to use our depth tonight. And so we'll have a little more rest going into a big game Sunday. But, you know, we're on the way home, I'll watch the game that against Wake they just played. And by the time I see them on Friday, the game plan will be in place.
Mike?
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. That's actually a beautiful transition to my question, which is, you know, you split the team, you split with NC State last year. You obviously got the big win at home. How do you kind of try to, I guess, maybe temper the excitement, but, you know, keep your team's mindset in check, knowing that NC State will come out with a lot of urgency on Sunday, trying to get a win back?
Yeah, I mean, winning basketball takes 2 components, right? It takes the energy you know, you have to play hardest in that area we've improved in, but also the coaching staffs have to make sure that your team is well prepared. And so, you know, I think our kids being able to lock into our game plans with more urgency has really helped us, and I think they'll do that. And it's a rivalry game, and it's 2 really good basketball teams that are in a good spot in the year. So it should be a great game. You know, it's on national TV, and you know, if players don't live for this and don't come to the ACC for this, I don't know what else they're doing. You know, this is what it's all about. So look forward to it.
Tomasi, do we have you back?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, great. Fantastic. All right. Hi, Coach. A month ago, after the loss to Syracuse, we were talking about the inconsistency of this young team.
Yeah.
What has changed over the past month?
Our older guys are inserting their will a little bit more, for sure. And so, you know, when you're asking them to maintain, the younger guys, a defensive game plan, hey, they're going to run these 6 actions, this is how I want you to defend it, they're able to retain that better. The fluid play, they're able to trust each other a little bit more in live action on the offensive end. And then our older guys are asserting their will. You know, Janelle's been really consistent. Obviously, Steph and Petra have been a little bit less consistent over time. And so when those 3 play really well, we're a really, really good team. And so, you know, we'll need them to play well again on Sunday.
RL, did you have one last question?
Yeah, could you talk about Deja Kelly? Obviously, he had been struggling the last few games, but made a couple of shots, and she seemed to play with as much confidence as I've seen in her in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Deja's, you know, gosh, I'll talk about her forever. I think she's done such a good job. You know, I spent a lot of time with her, you know, helping her understand that a lot of people get to kind of work their way into college basketball, not her. She's got to do it, you know, night after night. And, you know, I thought the up-tempo play of Clemson really helped.
Uh-oh. She's frozen.
Tournament based on who you were, you get in the tournament who you are, and I like who we are now, and Deja's a huge part of that.
You kind of locked up after you said the tempo really helped, and you locked up for about 15 seconds.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I said, you know, the up-tempo play really helps her because she's really good with the ball in her hands. And she's playing like a second semester freshman now. And so the tournament isn't about who you were, it's about who you are. And we're better now because Deja's playing better. And she's a huge part of our team, you know. And so she's been a warrior all year, and I'm glad to see it finally pay off in a good way for her.
Thank you.
Great. Everybody good? Thanks very much. Have safe travels.
All right, thanks, guys. Be safe,
Bye.
everybody. Okay.
Hey, Dana, they still haven't put any photos.
Okay, I have some. They're not the I'll send you a few of what I've got.
Okay, thank you, Dana.
Sure.
Take care. Hey, bye.
Bye.